Welcome to the Vexxed Uncensored podcast hosted by me, Saint, and Moe Vader. You'll be listening to us dive into taboo topics, celebrity news, discussing what's got us so vexed this week. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, wherever you listen to your favourite podcasts. Now let's get into the show.
Vexxed Uncensored presents Saint Remastered Gold Vinyl, including 12-inch record and 12 tracks mastered for vinyl, with an exclusive cover and track list. Order yours today at Saint's official Spotify store.
There is a slight interference in moments during the first portion of today's show, due to technical difficulties. However, we've worked our magic in time for today's airing. Now let me pass things over to Moe and Saint. I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome to Vexxed Uncensored with me, Saint.
And me, Moe Vader.
And we're back for another show, guys. Hope you're all doing well.
Yeah.
How's, what month are we even in? July.
July. We're in July.
Yeah, we're almost pushing the end. No, we're in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep talking away from the mic. Yeah, I feel like this month's goes slightly slower because the year was going a little too quick for me.
Well, technically, isn't this like the last week of the month? And then there's an extra 2-3 days that go into August. But that's wild. Already in August.
I know.
So the year's almost finished.
Yeah, time is speeding up, it feels like. I know that's not the case, but it feels like it either way.
As the years have gotten on, doesn't it feel like a year doesn't feel like a year?
No, it don't.
At the most, for me, when I think back, it's almost like for every 3 years, each year feels a month shorter.
Okay. Because I just remember the seasons more. Like, when it was winter, and it was a very long winter. You expected a lot of, snows and stuff. In the summer, you expected a longer summer, like always doing summery shit in the back garden. Just whatever you're doing, it just felt like people enjoyed the seasons more because they felt like they took longer. Where now it's like, yeah, summer's not that far off from finishing. Is anyone listening gone away this year? Is anyone planning to go away this year?
Having a staycation.
Oh, a staycation.
Yes, a lovely.
I've had a couple of those this year.
I tried to do one yearly, at the very least.
Yeah.
But I should even say very least because I kind of make a big deal out of it. I think it's reasonable to say flying out should be a bigger deal than I want that spot there.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You do what you can.
Gotta do what you gotta do. But
so
let's get into the topics.
Yeah, should I?
Cue the music.
Now for the hottest topics.
Celebrity deepfakes.
There's a new ITV show that's deepfaking celebrities, like a prank show or something. I don't know how it works.
I saw the Nicki Minaj thing, and it seems like it's AI. So AI is manipulating their face, their image, facial gestures, and puts them in scenarios that are not realistic. So her and Tom Holland are at home in pajamas, and she's like, eat. This is not me. It looks like her.
Yeah.
I mean, the way she speaks, her voice, everything. If she didn't make that post, you'd thought, oh, this is actually
like
these celebrities in one house, on like all living on one road.
That's mad. I've never seen it, but I think the madness is that she's tweeted it out. Like, clearly they've not asked her for a likeness or to use her likeness.
That like breach contracts or their likeness, because wouldn't the label have to approve it, or the management team, because it's an appearance?
This is what we were talking about last season. Was the Drake thing and how people can just make whole songs out of these artists' voices, and like the labels can't do nothing about it. They've been getting them taken down, like Universal, Sony and stuff, but it's not like an official thing. They're just trying it, and YouTube's going, yeah, I guess. But you'd have to like break apart the new version, figure out which part is from which song, prove that it's Drake. Like, you've got to do all that. Because the AI is just dragging from his whole catalogue to voice him. Create that, like, what you want in the moment, the note you need, the word. And it's doing it so good you can't tell the difference. Like, they should issue licenses and just like masters, just like everything else, really.
But then wouldn't that go against monetizing AI? Because I mean, monetizing AI for logistics is so-called, it's necessary.
Yeah.
But
for the arts.
Yeah.
Well, this is the Hollywood thing. I think that's going to probably come up at some point. But in Hollywood, people using... So Bruce Willis licensed his likeness out to studios. So he's the first one to do it officially. And that's what I'm saying. Just step up and claim your face. That's all you got to do. Step up, claim your face and say... And license it to someone. If you've already got an existing agreement that pertains to AI likenesses, then anyone else who does that in that field, you can go after them because you're like, I've already proved market and like profit, like it's worth something of value because they've signed me for it. He's the only one I know of, and that's only because he's got dementia or whatever. So a lot of the films you'll see with him, it's not him.
So Bruce, oh no, I didn't know he had dementia.
Yeah, I'm sure it's dementia. It could be something worse, but I mean, just as bad. Like
that's a vicious one, you know.
Yeah. But he caught it before. He's like, I'm going. I might as well like right timing, I guess. So he can still profit from it. He can profit in, you know, he's got a actor going and filling in his spots, and they just put the face and voice, and yeah, that's what people should do. But the music thing, a bit harder.
Yeah, bring back the greats of the Me Too movement. Put them all in one house.
Oh my lord!
All the ones that in jail can't do appearances. There we go.
The shit. Have you seen the Black Mirror episode where it's called Jodie's a Bitch or something?
No. Funnily enough, I haven't watched any of the new season of Black Mirror.
It was like a Netflix show that self-generated itself. So you picked up one day and you press play, and it's you on the screen and your whole day.
Terrible.
Yeah, and the actor's playing you like a famous actor. Because you signed over all your shit in the terms and agreements when you signed up for Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's what it's, listen, pay attention while you can pay attention. That's what I tell people, bruv. Like, these TV shows are telling you something and then it happens next like 6 months. So
you know what episode, well, I won't say it hit home, but the one with the girl, you know, the girl that has to commit all the murders, the
demon one.
Yeah.
There was a lot of complaints about that one.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. And that's how it works. That is literally, they showed the real shit. To bond with a talisman, you got to put blood in, and it's a covenant. They showed it. When I watched it, I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, they're actually showing how it really is. Like, you know, spirits, demons attach themselves to things, or you could summon a demon to an object, a cursed object, give it to someone. That's how it's done. Like, they showed it to the T. But the whole episode was strange. Especially the end when, like, you know.
Yes. Oh, she was...
Yeah, a lot of people complained about that one. I was just kind of like, oh. I thought it was a bit weird, but I'm not shocked these days.
Yeah.
Okay, so ITV's in trouble again.
Hey.
Lucy Spraggan.
Yep.
She said she was raped on X Factor by a staff member. So she would have been quite a long time ago.
Devil's advocate here. Were the owners and the board of ITV's panel there and egging the transgressor on? Like, were they egging the rapist on? Like, come on, yeah. Is it like she reported it to them and they did nothing? Did she report it to police?
She said she's 31 now. She said the attack took place in 2012. I knew it was so long ago because I think this is when I watched her season.
Wow.
And she said after a night out celebrating Ryland's birthday at a Mayfair club, which was attended by like all the members of the production team. She said following the attack she left, and then because she was the favourite, I do remember that. and but it was won by James Arthur
Okay.
because she left.
Oh, was that why she left?
Yeah, and she says during the live show, citing illness, she left, but now has revealed the side effect of a drug used to prevent HIV made her too unwell to continue in the days after the assault. Hold on, what's she saying? What's that got to do with anything? So was the person who raped her on that medicine and it bothered to, like, how does that work?
Oh.
It doesn't say she contracted it.
No. I think because of it, they gave it to her as a precaution. It's like
a
I don't know what I'm
preemptive.
talking about right now, so if anyone can actually clarify. I don't know.
Yeah, it's speculations, isn't it?
Yeah.
She said Ryland came to the hotel from his own party. He'd been drinking all night and something told him to check on her. And he came into her room, pushed the door open, realised the door had been on the latch and she wasn't responding. So he checked her pulse and stuff. And yeah, it was speculation that either a hotel porter or a member of the raped her and potentially drugged her.
Yeah. Is this being put out as I'm seeking justice, or it's just oh yeah, by the way guys, just to let you know, 20 years ago I didn't win it because of this.
She was the favourite and then that's happened and she's come off of it and like she's done nothing since.
Hotel corridors tend to have CCTV, or is that like just the cheap ones?
Oh, it says it was a hotel porter, sorry. They did.
So it wasn't ITV.
No.
What? So how is it ITV's
See,
fault?
these articles be putting madness in their titles. Madness to make you think one thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm reading into it now, I've gone to the actual info and it's saying that it was confirmed to be a hotel porter. But she's saying that during the time, like, the show wasn't very helpful. But that doesn't shock me.
You know what? I do have a bit of a gripe with reporters. I wouldn't, not with independent reporters, but reporters that work with like big major newspapers.
Like tabloids and shit.
Yeah. Although my name, so, a cool, how do I explain this? When I was in school, in secondary school, I unfortunately stumbled upon a gentleman on a bus who was slouched over and hunched over.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah. And I'm seeing a bit of blood on the floor, like white phlegmy stuff. And I looked at the guy's neck and I saw that he's like purple, like it's white, purple, blue, strandly bits along the neck. And then, like, trying to wake him up a bit, he's not waking up. So he's obviously dead. Called the ambulance. Well, told the driver, went down, told the driver, called the ambulance, yeah, I've come on the bus, and then I've gone to school.
Yeah, I remember you was late and then you're like, I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
And then you told us, like, what?
Yeah. Now, the ambulance service asked for my name. I gave them my name. And in passing, I noticed on the Metro and Daily Express used to give out the free newspapers.
Yeah.
I noticed they've printed my name, but they've printed my name wrong. So there's letters wrong in there. But
because they've taken it from the police report.
Yeah.
And the policeman's got it wrong.
Exactly. And then at the same time, I'm thinking, hold on a minute. I'm a child.
Yep.
I didn't get that. Well, I was able to get one story pulled off the internet, but I was young, so I ignorantly thought getting it pulled from one place
gets it pulled
everywhere. No, it doesn't. They all copy and paste
each other,
print stories
like a virus.
Yeah, and then it's now my responsibility to go and get it pulled everywhere.
Yeah, get a lawyer, basically.
Oh, a lawyer.
And then they would have done it.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, all at once. Cease and desists and so on.
Yeah. Don't, funnily enough.
But you're right, you're a minor and they didn't even call you to double check your name.
Nope. I can't recall whether they asked my age or not. I don't think they did. But
was you in uniform?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go then.
It was at 7:45.
Because we didn't even turn into a sixth form school until after that.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't have been no, oh, he's 17.
Yeah, no.
You know?
I was definitely 14 or 15.
Yeah.
No, I was 14. I wasn't 15, I was 14.
Yeah.
And yeah, that wasn't the first time that something inaccurate was printed about me in the newspapers.
I don't really love reporters. I don't think you can call them reporters these days.
No.
The indie, yeah, because they're still going out doing their jobs, getting paid like, you know, average money and working hard and doing shit. But mainstream media, no, they're just puppets, all of them.
Influencers. They're influencers.
Yeah, like, you know, back in the day when the FBI and CIA or MI5 used to drop bags of money to like printers to tell them this is what you're running this week and this is what you're not, and they take the money.
Yeah.
Well, who said that stopped? I never heard anything to say that stopped. It was exposed, but like,
It will never stop. It's part of the
now
business.
it's just easier. You don't have to carry bin bags down to the office. You just go bling on your phone.
They're on
Black money.
standing order. Standing order. Well, good luck to the newspapers. It's
Good
a
luck to
dying trade. Oh, Davide and Ekin-Su. Bit of nose candy. Got caught sniffing a suspicious white powder, did he? Getting bit of the old energy boost.
They got him right up with the big lens, like zoom right in and get
Pinging, he's up there. Pinging
right up the left one. Like, yep.
Well,
Loving it, mate.
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly.
And, never forget children. Drugs are for mugs.
Yep.
Let's not take part in them.
Nah.
Just say no.
Not unless they're free. I'm joking. I'm joking. I am joking, guys.
Well, define free.
Giving suck-ups for sniff downs? Not around here, mate. Have I ever put... Okay, sorry, let's not go down that road. Let's not go down that road. But ain't it funny how they're still exposing people for sniffing coke? Like, what are you exposing? I'm so confused. Like, this ain't the 90s.
Even then, where did that... Okay, I understand where the whole drug taboo comes from. But where did the culture of exposing people for doing what has been done within those social circles since the 50s, 60s, even before then?
Hell, the reporter writing it could have just sniffed a line.
Exactamundo. Just
I thought all the industry,
Sam.
yeah, like music industry, print industry, like all the industries, they all used to do it.
I think they all do it still.
I know all do it. I mean, again, who said it stopped? You know, I really don't think things stop.
Just walking around with terrible headaches.
Imagine. Well, hyperactive.
Yeah.
That's how everyone's getting to work. Half of them. Doing sniff-ups and all. not sit-ups, sniff-ups.
Do you know what? My own personal bias is that, unfortunately or fortunately, however we look at
Should
it.
we tell our own little story? Should we expose ourselves? Should we expose when we first did it? How old we were?
Oh my.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly.
Oh shit. This is taking a turn.
This is getting real.
I don't know.
This is so real.
There's a lot of people listening out there, aren't
Yeah.
there?
Well, this is what I mean. It's destigmatization, because I'm really shocked. Like, everyone smokes weed.
Yeah.
A much smaller amount of the population sniffs cocaine, or used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like LSD, people are eating mushrooms, and I just...
There's
I know
seasonal
they're
uses.
illegal, but like, don't people know no one listens to that shit?
Legal, illegal.
Like,
I don't particularly come from...
is it just to shame the celebrity? Because is it Davide's doing coke rather than it being the coke? Is that, look who's doing coke? Do you know what I mean?
Might be, you know.
It could be that.
When like Pamela Anderson and Naomi Campbell were off
And
their
Katie
face.
Price off the face, yeah.
Yeah, was it really like, oh my God, where do we draw the line between concern, encouragement,
Oh, no one's
And-
concerned.
and well, with Amy they were, weren't they?
No. They used to call her every rat bastard, every cokehead, every alcoholic. Yeah.
So is it just me that would look at the pictures and headlines and think in my head, oh my God, I'm worried about
Yeah. My dad was a bodyguard. I was worried about. Straight up worried. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, yeah, I heard story. I know things. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, everyone was doing it. They were all doing it. It's not just her.
it.
All her boyfriend. Oh, let me not say nothing. Let me not say nothing. But like everyone was doing it.
I always ask myself, like, do they have sex?
Who?
Pete and Amy.
Yeah.
They do. Like,
She was in love with him, innit? Like properly. Like anyone she was with, she was actually in love with type thing, which is even sadder because how fucked up they were. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. I don't think it's the drugs. It's never the drugs that do it to. I mean, the drug destroys you, but like you want, it's self-destruction. On some level, you want to be gradually destroyed because you're not happy.
Yeah.
So it's more about her mental stuff than the drugs. I ever thought it was. And when she died, she was clean, guys. She was clean.
Was she?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And that shows long-term drug abuse. Once you stop, your body can't cope no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, she wasn't even drinking. So. And you can go down to the fucking off license on the road and ask the guy that, he'll tell you the same.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it just happens like that.
No,
I never thought that was a thing to play with. I really didn't think it was, but because it's so addictive for people.
Yeah.
I never experienced any like, you know. I tried it once or twice, guys. I'm 31. I've had a life. Once or twice I've tried it in my whole life and it did nothing. It literally did nothing. All I noticed was, oh shit, I'd probably be asleep by now, and I'm not. That's it. So for me, I was like, you lot are spending all this money, like just people in general going out or whatever. You lot spend all this money on this shit that basically don't do nothing. But that's when I realised, no, it does something for them. It just don't do something for me.
You've triggered a portion of listeners that are like bouncing off the walls right now going, you didn't do enough, you didn't do it right, you had shit snow,
cheeky cunts. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah. The people I would have, because I ain't never paid for no motherfucking coke in my life, yeah. The people I would have tasted from would have had to have the best shit. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's something to do with tolerances to certain things, and it's more like a pharmaceutical. Even for like painkillers, I've got to take like double the dose just to see if it's gonna touch me. So
it's not going to touch the science.
yeah.
Well, to be fair with you,
and by the way, guys, I'm talking about early 20s, a good decade ago. Like,
can't talk on Love Island itself.
Yeah,
you're not getting me to sit and watch that.
I've never seen it in my life.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. All I know of Love Island is what I stumble across on Instagram.
Yeah,
no. Watching people just.
I mean, I don't really know who these two people even are, but I just know when I saw the photo of the article, I ain't seen a good nice coke shot in like a good 10 years.
Since
like,
Kerry Katona.
Yeah, like since them days. So they're bringing it back. Okay, this is a funny one. We're going from coke to cigarettes.
Wow, smokes with cigarettes.
So Hong Kong has urged its citizens to stare unapprovingly at smokers.
Really?
To urge them not to smoke.
Hey.
Because they're mad polite out there, innit? Certain Asian countries are very, very like polite. So they're saying, don't tell them not to smoke, but just stare at them like, what are you doing? They're urging their citizens officially to do that.
See,
it's not fair. Like, do this to the cokeheads. Do this to the cokeheads. Like, I'm sorry, do this to the people who are drinking and driving, and do this to the people who are actually taking drugs that are harmful to, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh my God, speaking of drinking and driving, there's a guy at, well, he's an adult, but at 23, I see him as a young guy, like just about barely an adult. Was driving 123 miles an hour, ran over a pregnant mother. I'm recalling this from head. I haven't got it in front of me, but killed 2 kids. And put 2 kids in a coma. Yeah.
You get me? And you can go down to the shop next door and just go pick up like a big, large bottle of vodka for less than £20.
You could buy as many as they've got in stock.
Right. Give me the bucks.
Yeah, you got some money.
And people think they're the don when they're drunk and get in the front. Oh, I'm fine. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Unless you really had, like, back in the day, there was space to be drunk and drunk. I'm not being rude or like none of that, but like it was a different time.
Yeah.
You could kind of like in your little. There weren't as many people driving. It was just a whole different kind of thing. You could kind of like,
generally speaking,
get your pissed up kind of skills up.
Yeah.
Where now, how are they doing that?
Do you think people were more mature then or now, or is it just perspective?
Then we're just pretending now.
Yeah.
For sure. It's like pretend culture. And then we have these slices and slivers of reality, like But then even those slices of reality, I feel like get turned into things like Me Too or Black Lives Matter. Like it gets turned into like these tropes.
Yeah.
And those are the only slices of reality we have to say, fucking hell, like, I can't, this is where we've got to do better. Sorry, guys, the peacocks are running. I'm thinking, the peacocks are like, doing the most right now.
Coming to you live from an urban environment.
Live from the Playboy Mansion.
The Ethnics.
You alright, Hef? Oh, no, he's dead.
He is. He's a ghost.
What's it like down there?
I've got a clap, mate.
I'm burning.
Drop me some meds. The distractions completely throwing us off.
Yeah, I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, reality and shit, people. Society. Yeah, we were more mature back then. People had to actually, like, there was no social media. Like, all these people now on social media being influencers, they would have to be doctors or like teachers or like something in society.
Yeah, it's true.
They would have to be functioning in society, and they're just using all that money to spend more money.
Don't quote me on this.
How can you put it?
When they use 50 Cent's picture for the...
Oh, for the smart. Oh no. Next to a Dick Enlargement ad. Do you know what I mean? So funny. Yeah, but the live AI, replica person, fake human, digital person shit, that ain't... Yeah, no one's capped that yet.
Well, Skyline was founded about 15 to 20 years ago. It's operating under Facebook. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
Oh, it's all coming ahead.
Bebo. Skyline is Bebo.
Bebo, I loved Bebo, kind of. It was just that we had so many different choices back in the day. So many different social media.
How often this week has your age nearly slipped out in your vocabulary and you thought, oh, don't say that?
My age. I don't. Do you know what? Funnily enough, unless I'm talking to somebody, I don't really acknowledge it at all. I had to remind myself of my age recently because I had a year or two off. No, I was a year off. But I was told, from young, you know how things stick. Don't think of your age. Don't think of your age. Because your age. If you don't think of it, and I don't really have a good acclimatization of time. Like, I'm not good with time. So for me, like, but I've got to split up. I'm forced to split up.
Yeah. See.
So a day to me and 2 days can blend to me. For me, I don't know if anyone else out there feels this way. Always felt this way. So when I was told when I was young, don't think about age. Even like birthdays weren't the most important once you got to a certain age. Yeah. Stuck. So outside of like this podcast, I don't really ever talk about my age. No one clocks my age ever.
Yeah. I still get ID'd. I get ID'd regularly.
I remember you and me was in Sainsbury's like probably 6 months ago, and in the same queue, and you got ID'd and I didn't.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. Yeah. But then everywhere else, like, I've been ID'd as well. So it's like annoying, but at the same time, like weird. Back in the day, it was like a compliment. Where now it's like weird because you don't really.
I feel slightly insulted.
Yeah.
Because obviously my brain is going, if you had any idea what the fuck.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
You're now going to say,
I look like a 20-year-old who ain't been through shit.
You don't look over 25, so I got to confirm that you are at least over 25.
Right.
Wait, no. I've got to confirm you're over 18 because
but you
don't
look younger. Yeah, that's it.
Wild.
What I hate is when 20-year-olds think you're their age. Just in casual, like, they just think you're their age, and you just got to remind them, I'm a good decade older than you, sir.
I've been around.
Listen, man, you know what I mean? This is a long stretch from where you're at right now.
I noticed in my thoughts, there's been times where I'm thinking I'm going to say something.
Just say, you still feel 17.
Yeah. I almost said gash once, almost said producky, almost said so many words that
oh my God.
Are out of circulation.
The amount of slang we've had to throw away.
Yeah.
Because it's like at least 3-4 times. There's been more than that. Cycles of like, from the age of like 8 up until when do we really stop like catching up with them things like 25.
Yeah.
So many cycles of like sayings and slangs that come back into like fashion as well. I'm waiting for like skeen and people still saying peng.
Yeah.
Tick ain't come back.
No, it hasn't.
Tick, watch Tick come back.
Tick.
People don't even know what Tick mean. Or the youngsters
It's
listening.
true. Not thick.
Tick.
Because they're going to be like,
Yeah.
thick. No,
Tick,
no, no.
tick means you're fine.
Yeah.
It's wine. What other ones? There's so many.
We're turning
You
into
know?
Pete and Baz.
I don't know. The world and time, and again, the 6-year-olds are looking 40 and stuff. Like everyone's living how they feel rather than what the age is.
Well, my left
So-
leg. If I move,
don't.
if I move a bit too fast, right, the leg ball joint kind of slips out the socket.
Just saying.
It hurts.
Yeah, and
It
you'd-
hurts.
yeah,
It's
you-
shocking.
yeah.
It's like, what's
That's the one bad thing about aging is the body aches. The fact you can't just like jump up and run around for 24 hours
it? Yeah.
or take a few drinks. You can't go all night anymore.
No. I had 1 pint recently, a pint of Guinness. It was almost like it's hit me the way that a night of drinking had hit me 10 years ago. And if I go all out and drink spirits, I have started to black out.
See?
Like I don't actually remember the night. I wake up the next morning where I've managed to cognitively get myself home safely with no incidents. But after sleep and waking up, it takes a period of hours or days before recollections of the night comes back. And if I've been out with other people, they will tell me, yeah, you was dancing, everyone was bigging you up, and it was so funny. And I'm like, I don't remember this.
Yeah, at all.
So, there is a cataclysmic event occurring in London, in the West End. The famous Trocadero will be converted into a mosque.
Ooh.
Yes. And unless
Unless the white power can stop.
white power,
Unless white power can stop it.
they'll be like, there's more mosques than schools in Bradford. I know it's coming to London.
Oh, don't.
Please, this is all.
There's more
Alleged.
mosques than post office. Don't say anything.
Oh snap! There is one in Soho. So okay, I guess it's my verbal reaction shouldn't have been so. Aha! I apologise.
I found one.
there.
Soho of all places. Phew, that is not the place. That is an unholy place.
Regent's Park, Soho. Looks like there's one near Kensington.
Oh, there's got to be.
There's like 4. Regent's Park, Mayfair Islamic Centre.
All kind of west, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good Street. Well, let me not put it out there because you know the white power. I don't want
They'll
them
be
to say yeah.
attacking them all.
So this can't be really an issue of it's the first one within that postcode. I think it's more a matter of how on earth have they acquired this building? Because Trocadero is
Iconic.
it's a childhood staple for most Londoners to
Yeah.
go there, do a bit of window shopping.
Endless fun.
Yeah.
With arcades and people are not from London, so it's on the corner. It's a gigantic building. If you think of one of the old Parliament buildings, like all like that, and it's very, very tall. I think it's got like maybe 15 floors, and it used to be arcade, cinema, like shopping, all the fun things, rides. There were like I would call it like a roller coaster or like a high drop they had as well. So, and it's been, I only learnt today, like around since 1860 something.
63.
So I don't know how. I knew it shut down as a entertainment place, but I thought they were going to just turn it into like a Westfield
Yeah.
or something.
Why? Well, I know it makes sense. If they turn it into a Westfield, it will oversaturate.
The one in Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah, and all of the rows of the stores that have actually rented their own exclusive store.
True.
Then all of a sudden there's a mall, basically a mall opening up.
Yeah.
Primark get a spot up there, this, that, the other. They'll be like, no, it's not as prestigious.
I think in a time as well where churches are being like left and like turned into nightclubs and shit.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah. And funny enough, when the 2000s hit, people turning old churches into nightclubs and stuff, and they're still doing it now. So like an iconic English, landmark is now of Muslim faith, you know, a Muslim faith worship house.
Masjid.
You know, so they're that must sting a little.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know?
The wrong way.
Sting.
Bless them.
Bless them. But yeah, I think a billionaire's gone and done it. So
What pow?
wow power.
In the back, just be what pow?
We're gonna get taken down. Or not. I mean,
No,
if we say
I'm
black
stop-
power, we get taken down.
We can't say that.
No, we can't say that.
At the most, you can say beige power.
Beige power.
Beige
Whatever that is.
Beige power.
Okay, next topic is a 300 grand electric car
Yeah.
approved for FAA tests.
Ooh.
The first one ever. I think they've been flying it over Silicon Valley for a long time. They said they've had like so many years of flying it. Like it's completely functional. That is why they've got the FAA's approval, and that just means that it'd most likely be operational and for sale and completely usable in the United States. I guess that's coming.
They're going to trust Americans with flying cars.
Or they're trusted with self-driving.
They had to go and put safety features in to prevent people from sleeping
Yeah.
and require them to pay attention to
And
the
it
road.
still ain't it. You remember that woman? She was just
Yeah.
sleeping like,
Sleeping away, back massage
In the middle of a highway.
to wake her up.
with her sunglasses on as well. Yeah, but this is the thing, they're saying they're going to have like sky zones, so it's going to be designated areas, land zones, takeoff zones, and there's areas that the car will know it can't go to,
Yeah.
so it will tell you that. But like parking lots and all of this will be gridded, it will be zoned, it will be like pre-programmed, so flight paths are pre-programmed.
Not
Everything's
Skynet,
computers
not
now,
Skynet,
so-
it's got something to do with it. Tell you, and the hackers will find a way.
And they said they're doing a 4 seat, then a 7 seat. All they do is like elongate it,
Yeah.
and it's apparently flies exactly the same. It's like a bubble in the middle that you're sitting in. Then when it takes off vertically, the sides are like grids. Like the car's made out of almost like a mesh,
Mhm.
so it goes and floats, and then the bubble stays where it is, and then the car goes horizontal,
Isn't that how
and then it flies like that, like almost like
the slave thing? You know in
how would I
Boba Fett,
describe it?
you know, Slave One,
Yeah.
because the space shuttle, the driver window is like that bubble port,
Yeah,
but that bubble port
stays
stays in
the
one
same,
position,
and
it's
the ship moves around it.
too.
Yeah, and it does that mid-air, because that's how they all move about in the sky. Like they turn to the side and go zoom out of nowhere.
It's funny that we had like 20 to 30 odd years of
Nothing.
nothing and relatively low amounts of sightings. Well, reported and evidenced sightings, and out of the blue last year and recently, sightings all over the place, and now all of a sudden approved flying cars.
I think people just pay more attention. I don't think there's more.
exposure.
Yeah, because sightings go back to the Middle Ages, so
Do they?
consistent. Yep. There's museums I could tell you to go to, and there's aliens, like UFOs in the art, like in the skies and shit, by famous artists and stuff. Like that's for another time, because you try searching that shit just straight up,
Yeah.
takes you a minute to find. Even Leonardo da Vinci has a couple.
Is it?
And he's the motherfucker that invented helicopters and shit. So you really got to wonder what was going on when. But exciting times, I guess. But it was 300 grand. They used a fool in that. They said they want to get it down gradually. Accessible model, that's probably going to be like 10 grand, because it's
So-
about proof of concept first.
Yeah. So it's autopilot only. Yeah.
There's something about vehicles, like you can't just put them in the air or on the roads automatically.
Yeah.
You've got to have some sort of human operation first, and then after a while you can boot in. But I think takeoff and landing is completely like
The submarine drama. Debacle.
what do they call it, Ocean Gate.
They actually compared it to Watergate.
They're just dumb.
No.
I think I'm still trying to find out what it was a distraction for. That shit was, come on.
Probably Russia, Ukraine.
But what
The
though?
global market.
I just
Well.
didn't understand why this was like world news, and then like they took themselves under the sea. Like they bought tickets. All these billionaires that bought tickets and stuff. Like, okay, the risk is on the waiver when you signed it to get into the ships. Like, goodbye. Not to be like rude, but people die every motherfucking day who have like 2 shillings in their pocket. Can't even afford a funeral.
Rich lives
It
matter.
sickened me. Like, it actually sickened me. And then they're doing all these resources, spending all these resources, all these countries getting involved in like up to the second, up to the minute, like for like news on it. And it's like, well, they're gonna be dead. So what are we doing? And then when they found them, of course, they were dead. And it was all just a bit like, what was that about then?
I think I saw it obviously on the gram, of course, in
Right.
passing. My first thought was, ooh, couple of days and everyone's shit and piss. I wonder if they've eaten each other. And then I went,
Oh, wow.
they're dead.
They're
Like,
dead, mate.
as soon as they've lost power and they've sunk, they're dead.
They're gone. Yeah, and I don't know how these submarines don't have like escape pods. What's that? Where's like who's leaving that out? Like ejectable, like pew, like a missile. Like get yourself in stuff like pew to the surface. Like what are we doing? It's 2023.
That's the point.
No, I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat.
You know what?
Listen, if the corporations weren't pushing no agendas and everyone was doing this, we wouldn't really care as much because you'd only find out when they tell you in person.
Me being my work emails, in the brackets I put Overlord, Master Leader.
That's what you identify as.
Oh yeah, they're putting she, they. Yeah, he heard all of that, and this is coming from civil servants.
Oh,
So
of course.
civil servants, government issued emails
They're the worst.
in their name tags, like under, in the title part.
The king and queens of woke civil
Yes.
servants.
Um,
I, unlike most people, I just identify as myself. Okay. Carlee Russell's disappearance.
I saw that one, I think, in the newspaper, and again, these reporters are literally scrambling to be able to put something out. So what police are now saying she orchestrated it. Was there a kid? Was there no kid? Did she get beaten up? Did she not?
It's bad because I completely was like, fuck. Like, I want to say, okay, so the story is this American girl, not sure of the state off the top of my head. She was driving down the interstate and she's like on the right hand side, on the outside lane, because they'd be having 3 fucking lanes per side,
Yeah.
or more. So there's a grassy bit in the woods, and on the video you can see a car with the hazards on, driving, pulling over to the side, getting out the car. Then you see her walking towards wherever, and it's so dark you can't see what happens.
Yeah.
Like 2 to maybe 5 minutes later, you see in the distance the blue lights, the police coming. So not that long after.
Mm-hmm.
So they've said what's happened was she's called 911 and said, I see a toddler on the side of the road in a nappy.
Yeah.
She gave them all the information and they said, can you stay in the car? She's like, yeah. So then she's called a family member and said, I can't stay in the car, it's a baby. Like, what you know what I mean? So she said, well, the police did tell me to put my hazards on, as you can see from the video.
Yeah.
And she did. And then she's pulled over and got out of the car. So what's happened then is the police have obviously turned up. They found her car, they found her wig on the floor, they found her phone in the car. They had to say that bit, didn't they? They're like, we found her wig in the grass. They found like her food and whatever that they saw in the footage in the car park, so wherever she was before, in the car still. So they couldn't find her though.
Yeah.
At all. So they're searching. If police can't find her straight off, we see on the video it was minutes
Yeah.
between them pulling up. So where she could go is very confusing. Anyway, she's gone for 2 days. So what I'm seeing is like videos of in her neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So she babysits all the neighbors' kids. She babysits all the kids. When I tell you, I've never seen so many people outside their yards praying in my life. Most of them white as well, which I was shocked by. This girl's a black girl. Yeah. And I've never, like, who's coming out to pray for you if you go missing? Outside in like 20 people praying for you because you're missing. You must be loved and like respected.
Yeah.
So that's what hit me, and I was like, Jesus, bring her home. Jesus, bring her home. And then I'm like, her family's doing interviews saying she's a girl of faith. Don't worry, she believes in Christ, so she'll be fine type thing.
Yeah.
So search parties, like multi-organisations are getting involved, the police said, and all of this for 2 days. So she turns up at her house 2 days later, dishevelled, on foot.
Okay.
Just the state and stuff. So obviously she's got to chill out for a minute. So they've took a statement, and what they've said now is, her statement is that she went towards the baby. Then a man come out the woods, going towards the baby, and he tried to like, oh no, I'm just trying to this, and then picks her up. Yeah. So that's where she dropped the phone, and like her family member said they heard a scream, and her wig's come off, right? Because they said the wig was on the ground.
Wait, so you're telling me that an installed wig, she was picked up so violently that the wig came off?
Apparently, because she said he picked her up, hoisted her up, and took her through the woods with the baby in the arm like that, and her like over like that, and she's fighting and fight whatever. So this was a man, there was a woman as well. They've thrown her in the back of an 18-wheeler allegedly, and then like they're driving. Apparently they stopped at one point. She said she got out, tried to escape. They got her and got her back into the van, whatever you want to call it, the 18-wheeler.
You can't break out of an 18-wheeler like from the inside. The bolts lock up from the outside. It's a bolt lock. And
then she said from there, I think she was held and stuff in a place and whatever, and she's managed to escape. Is how she got out. She said she escaped because they didn't want to tie her up. Cause they said they were going to sell her and didn't want to fuck her up or whatever. That was what she said. In my experience, they don't really care if they fuck you up or not.
Of course not.
They don't care. They'll sell you. But anyway, so that's what she said's happened. Now the police have come and said the days leading up. They said first of all, when she was in her workplace, she's like studying in uni, and she's like doing like science, chemistry. I don't know.
Yeah.
So she's in a lab or whatever. They've seen her take a gown, toilet roll, some other bits, and put it in a bag before she left.
Yeah.
Then she's gone and bought some food and all these things and like whatever. They found everything in the car and all of that and on the floor, but they didn't find what she took from the lab.
Okay.
So they thought that was weird.
Yeah.
Then there was a report that she was at a red light motel not too far away, and then that got either debunked or not. And people saying, oh, they're just trying to say that this black girl's faking it, la la la. So then the police have said on her phone search, it was searching Taken, the movie. It was searching like how to, I don't know how, like bus tickets to like Idaho. She was searching like mad shit. If you go on YouTube and put up like the official statement now, you've really got to sit there and be like, are you for real? At first I thought, here they're going to cover up like trafficking or something, because it's known, I don't know if everyone knows this, but traffickers love to lure women in with children. Push the child out, make it run around, you look from afar, the woman goes up and goes, what's wrong, baby? And you go, back over the head, in the back of the van. Easy. It's easier than going and like snatching them. In third world countries, they will come up with a baby and pinch it to cry, so you give them money. Like, kids are used all the time. So that wasn't shocking me, and that's what made me think it was real. Because of that acute bit of information that is so prevalent, but yet kind of not widespreadly known. And that's what I thought was real. So it's looking like she faked it.
Life is a fantasy.
Faked it. And they said so, one of the reporters said, so we be charging her and all of this. They said she also made searches pertaining to her mental health state at the time that they won't disclose. And that charging her hasn't even sprung to their mind. Honestly, hasn't even occurred to them.
Okay.
So I'm over here like, she was tripping.
That's setting a scary precedent.
Yeah, she's tripping.
Fair enough. Historically, if you qualify for insanity, then you go to the asylum for life instead of jail for life.
You go to Welcome.
Yeah. It's not pretty in there.
No. Yeah. Mad to do that.
Mind you though, if they're not prosecuting her, they're not really exercising the law, are they? I mean, you're supposed to exercise the law. What about people that make false allegations? They need to.
It was such a big deal, and if they said she was searching stuff like about how she thought mentally, I'm thinking it must be some harsh shit. People saying, oh well, if no kid has been reported missing in the area, then this must be bullshit. And I was thinking, you can't base it off that alone, because just because the kids aren't reported missing currently in the area, I don't mean they never were. Again, people think that once they're missing, they vanish into thin air. Like, they could still be alive. And secondly, like, it could be a trafficker from out of state with their kid, and like, you just using their kid to get you. Like, it don't have to be a missing child. I think people are a bit dumb.
That's actually scary stuff, you know. The idea.
Got to be careful.
That a kid's gone missing.
Because you would get out of the car, wouldn't you? Everyone. Don't know about everyone. But like, you'd get out the car if
I
you
wouldn't.
saw. Oh, you wouldn't?
No.
So a kid run like on the, what would you call it here? Like the
If the
motorway on the side, like running in a nappy.
If I've made the calls, I've got my hazard lights on, and I've pulled up.
You're just gonna watch it and like follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not jumping up.
What if it's nighttime? Like her.
I'll roll the windows down.
Right.
Hey, kid, get in the back.
Before you get accused of kidnapping.
Yeah. And at the very least, it would cross my mind.
Because toddlers are known for running, innit?
Yeah.
Running like down the street
Exactly.
away from the parents.
If you ain't got child locks on the back,
They're
and
gone.
you've got a particularly charismatic, 3 to 6 year old, it's possible they'll take their seatbelt off. They will open the door and take off.
Take off.
But
They don't even care where they're going. They just love running because they just learnt to run. And you'd be shocked how far they get.
yeah,
I remember seeing reports of kids running like 2 miles away from their parent. The parents reported them missing and being like, "A kid ran out of the back garden and who knows where." And they're like, we took our eyes off him for 2 seconds, and the police have gone picked him up like literally 2 miles away, and the kid's just like chilling.
little nutters.
Yeah, gotta
Yeah,
watch
but
him.
I'm not getting out of the car. I've got things to lose.
Yeah, I hear that.
Got this little life of mine to live. And again, if you're on alert, you know there's a child missing. You're part of search parties. Okay, right, and she was gone. So
She turned up herself. No one knows where she went.
if the CCTV did it see her get out the car,
Yeah, I watched it with my own 2 eyes.
and it doesn't show her get into a car or another car
Nope.
passing by,
Nope.
then she walked out
Through
of
the
the
woods.
camera's sight, and she just walked and walked. Or she might have had another car parked on the other thingy by another exit where she just hopped into it, went straight to
Pissed
motel or
off.
wherever from there.
Maybe.
Or she was hiding out in the woods.
They looked through all that.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah. Dogs, everything. That's what I mean. Like, that's not easy to do. At all.
Or she did that whole thing where you go to the nearest river, you wash in it, change clothes,
Change your scent.
smoke a cigarette if you're not a
Yeah,
smoker.
yeah. Throw them off as much as
disguise.
possible. A disguise, different wig. She dropped her wig to the floor.
Exactly. Have you ever seen them without their wigs on?
The lace cap glued to their head. And
I asked about that, and apparently that is, some people do have that head shape, but most of the time it is like that because of the way
the
that
braids are thick under there.
yeah.
Got to do them little, otherwise, what's the point?
Small. But then, if the braids are thick under there, that means you actually have enough hair
To
to
wear.
be having your hair out.
But they don't, I think they just don't want to fuck it up. All this relaxing, all of this curling, all this straightening, all this fucking, and then still please massa. Do you know what I mean? You can't be walking up nowhere looking nappy, as they say. They'll send you home from work. They straight up will. Oh my days, I heard this story here, this white girl. So a colleague here got kind of reprimanded for her. Braided up, nice, probably. And then what she did, she went in the back and put her hair in French braids and come out the front, and the woman went, "Oh my gosh, your hair looks so nice." Oh, we see, she said that. She went, "How fucking dare you?" Well, you just basically sent my friend home because she had her hair just in like, she just had her hair done. And I'm coming up to you with like 5 French braids in my head, you're telling me I look cute. And the woman was like, caught, red-handed. I need more of that from these white people. I just need you, like, you white people. Come on now. Oh, come on.
White power.
White power. That's all you got to do is some shit like that. You ain't got to fight no one. You got to do nothing. Just do some smart shit like that. Just stick up for us, man. Just stick up for us.
Bit, you know?
Yeah. Call it out. But I think that's our last topic, I believe.
It is. I don't think it's been like jam-packed with humour, but
I can't
Food
remember
for
nothing that we've just said. Put
I
it that
never
way.
can do.
What's that about? The podcast amnesia. What's that about? No one talks about that. The fact you do a whole show. I completely forget. Like, I've already forgotten. Carlee. That's what I remember.
Carlee.
The girl we were just talking about. See?
Carlee?
Carlee's her name.
Oh, the one
Carlee
that
Russell.
missing Carlee.
Yeah.
Okay.
See? Anyway. Podcast amnesia. What's that about? We'll be right back after the break.
Streaming now, the new audio drama and upcoming book series, Starlight. Join Fox and the crew navigate new challenges among the stars, traveling to new worlds and facing the deadly Rephem. Warping to you twice a month, featuring a range of talented voices and narrated by musician and author of the series, Saint. Listen now on Samsung, Audible, Spotify, and more. See you on board, Starlighters.
Create your craze today with brandcraze.co.uk.
Do you have an online business or social media presence? Then look no further than brandcraze.co.uk. They specialise in web design, logo making, everything you can think of, social media. Then look no further than brandcraze.co.uk.
And we are back on Vexxed Uncensored. I've forgotten it.
We've got people to do that now. Cue the music.
It's the slanderous, the insatiable, the problematic, the honest, and downright uncensored Vexxed moments.
We are in the section of the show, the Vexxed Uncensored moments.
Yep.
And I know I was rusty. I didn't have one last week.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly because my outlet during the time we was off has been gym.
Right.
And this week, it doesn't so much vex me. It's more of a observation that... sorry. More of an observation of human conduct.
Right.
I've observed a slight bit of... Call it, I'm stuck between the two.
Right.
An injustice or simply luck running out.
Okay.
An individual who for many given reasons should have been sacked, wasn't sacked for the sackable offences,
Right.
but was, I guess, sacked for like just luck ran out. that's literally the most detail I can go into it, but it's when you think to yourself, well, why did it take for
So long.
Yeah, and then the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Something dumb.
Yeah. Dumb, like, possibly, unhygienic. Possibly, but that's just alleged. And the other element, which is like 2 in 1, is doing something that you must never do. In the environments that I work in.
Right.
Yeah, most violate it.
Yeah.
Violate rules and regulations. They do so.
Yeah.
And they tend to have these little cliques the little social groups in the working environment that they do that with. But what they do,
They hide the evidence.
yeah, the due diligence was not executed and heads have rolled. But it would, like, in my opinion, it's like this wasn't the one
To get them on.
Yeah, but then right place, wrong time, right place, and I thought that is actually a tricky one to mitigate, because on one hand, if there's 2 or 3 previous instances where I thought it was it's a shame, it's a shame, but this is the outcome for that. And no, that's not the outcome. Chance after chance. And then a small, pettier, more of a, wow, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
Thing happens, and
that's all it took.
Gone.
Yeah, that's annoying. I can relate to one situation is that to the point is that I take it into my own hands. Because, it just seems like some people, I don't know, they just get away with murder. They can just do all the most blatant things and like not get dealt with. But say you took yourself up to deal with them now, you mostly get in trouble straight away. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, this is a bit of a trap.
You ain't got a fucking you ain't got a Scooby.
You know?
Then
liberties.
That also strangely translated over into something else where it's kind of like, you have the same goal, but you both went different ways about it. Communication is a bitch. It's a bitch, because you think to yourself, well, I've said these words, I believe my message has been sent, but then how it's interpreted and what is heard is not.
You might as well not open your mouth in the first place.
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame.
That's why things get so fucked up.
Yeah, but that's mine's. It was pretty brief. It's really like, I think after so many seasons, the whole show's concept might have actually done the job. I am
maybe.
I'm not as.
That's what you say now, at least. Let's wait till next week. Let's see. Say it next week.
It's true. I got a 6-day trot coming up.
Oh, I see.
And then, it's a 7-day.
Mm.
Today's Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I've got a 7-day boom, and then into maybe a day or two off. Rota's not out yet, so I don't know what it's gonna look like.
Right.
But we're hopeful. We're hopeful that we'll be blessed. And
let's hope that the trash gets taken out soon, at least. In the future. What can I say? In all respects.
Yeah, I know, it's always my job.
Same, it's always me that's got to be the one. Like, it's no one else that says anything. People just put up with it like it's normal.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just not used to normalizing bullshit. Like, yeah.
I got pulled up for not being in the midst of the gossip.
Oh.
Yeah. Because yeah.
People like to have the same guilt, carry the same burdens, shall I say?
Exactly. I kind of had to. I tried to stay out of it whilst being complete.
You become the gossip when you stay out of it.
Yeah,
that's what I learned.
Yeah, it's a shame. That's it. That's the most I can put on it.
Yeah. Not bad.
If they do listen, then I'm so sorry that circumstances were unfair, but
right,
the track record, the performance, it was most likely to be the outcome.
Okay. Eventuality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they'll be fine.
I do. I hope. I really do. But
it just probably wasn't for them.
So much improvement. Like as it stood, as it was going right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The improvement was very good. And
not good enough.
Oh. Don't do that.
Because they got some work to do. We've all got things to work on.
No, I'm actually sad. Like I'm actually sad for them. Let's take out how my voice may sound.
And don't feel bad, guys. I mean, I don't even know who you are. So
yeah.
Yes, it's completely anonymous. Unlike a lot of our other Vexxed moments that are not anonymous at all. Whoever we're talking about knows we're talking about them, bro. They know.
Do you think? Yeah. Right. Do you think anyone that we've spoken about has a right to could arguably take it to the internet, fire up the Twitter things and say, look, they're not speaking to me directly, they're having a bitch about me.
Well, do you know what? I would highly respect anyone who listens to this show and then also wants that on their back. Who listens to this show, this one here, and then wants us in person? Nah, I don't think they want the smoke.
No.
Well, they haven't so far. It's 5 seasons, so. Hey.
I feel like a troublemaker now.
And it's funny because you say, like, oh, I wonder if they said everybody listens. Wouldn't you?
I would.
Or do people say you went to school with people and 2 people who most people knew have a podcast, or people you worked with, they, you know what I mean? You want to listen for fun.
See, I don't tell anyone at work of this.
People only know about this if they're on my platform, like my Instagram or some shit like that.
There was one, let's call it Vexxed Gate.
Okay.
There was one Vexxed Gate where it did get out.
Got to real life.
Yeah, and it was a close call. There's a couple episodes where I made remarks that were directly influenced by my experiences in those environments, and obviously lucky for me it was missed,
Yeah.
Nobody heard them. Well, anyway, as long as they didn't hear them at the time in the moment,
Yeah.
after the fact, it's kind of like,
I've been told kind of like, oh, be careful what you say, like type of shit. And I'm sitting there thinking, hold on a minute. You're talking to a grown motherfucking man, bitch. You're talking to a grown adult here. I'm like, listen, like the way I see it is, if I'm sitting here with my whole life behind me, half my life behind me, do you know what I mean? And I done been through the wars or been through the good day or a bad day. I'm entitled to speak about either.
Yeah.
There is not one human on the planet who could really look me in my eyes and be like, you shouldn't have said that type of shit. Because I'm most likely going to be careful anyway. But I do try not to tell people's business. But if I do, it's in a like off-key kind of way.
Yeah.
People who relate to me might know something that I've said, or people know me for a long time, but it's not explicit. I could be. But people wouldn't like that.
I'm dishing all a tell.
It's the people who don't like us or like have beef or whatever. They're the ones that are worried about that. It's nobody else.
Yeah.
And those aren't the people I'm concerned with their opinions. They're not in that demographic, so it kind of goes over my head.
I've unfortunately, it's come to my attention that I seem to have a reputation that doesn't actually match up to who I am as a person and in character.
That's an interesting thing I found as well. Like, I've understood now. People can like listen to the show purely, maybe know you or know of you, and then think that who you are on the show is you.
Yeah.
Like through and through, like the way we are on the show, they think that's how we are like all the time, and we are kind of similar. I'm not gonna lie. It's weird. We're careful, but at the same time, like certain things in private conversations we might not want to get into. On here, it's a platform. We're like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. I'm not as careful in real life as I am on here on the show.
Yeah, I am. For sure. People who know me, I'm like this all the time. They'll know I'm blunt all the time, but in everyday life, no, I could not be myself. Hell no, I'm too strong or whatever they call it. Too strong-willed. Yeah. Just too like yeah. But yeah, guys, again, this is entertainment. This is a show.
Yeah.
When you get to know us, you might get privileged.
If you got a problem, right, that I gave her a lift, come and speak to me about it. You got me all over the place, and you're doing backdoor investigations.
Oh no.
I didn't trouble the person at all. It was just a friendly lift.
It was just friendly lift.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'll tell you, you know,
Off air.
I was taken aback.
Okay.
Seriously taken aback.
Just despised by the insinuation.
What's that grand English saying where an allegation or a rumour about you said, and you're like,
That's absolutely what is it? That's absolutely.
Is it outrageous? Outrageous.
There's a word that discredits it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's absolutely. I'm trying to think of what they're saying in Hollywood celebrities. That's absolutely egregious. No, it's not that.
Come on.
No, it's an absolute
travesty. It's not travesty.
They do use these words, but there's one we're missing. I don't know.
£50 Amazon voucher to the listener.
Yeah, to the listener that
drops the comment, drops the appropriate
gets it right.
word. And yeah, that's it. That's it for me. That's what rubbed me up the wrong way.
Let me remind myself. So I have a couple. Not gonna be too into it. Gonna be my best self, as blunt as fuck. So we're gonna start with, first of all, this is a really little minute one, yeah, but to store owners and just people who, you know, are in shops and you go in and pay. So have you ever had it where, I don't know, you put your card on the thing and it's not beeped, their card, whatever, so they're like chip and pin. For some reason their thing's a bit off. Listen, some guy take my platinum silver card and try to rub up the fucking microchip. Listen, today on my way here, and I was looking at it. First of all, I was in shock. I pay £15 a month for my bank, and that shit went free. So I'm sitting here like, that better fucking work when I leave here, because if it don't work when I leave, wow. Yeah. Anyway, I looked at him. I was like, please don't do that. He said, oh no, sometimes, you know, it can be a bit. I said, I just used it. Give it back. I took it back. You know what I mean? That's all you got to do is that. He was all rubber. He took his shirt and everything. I said, listen,
Do not
give that
scratch
back.
Yeah.
What he did. So don't do that with people's things, please. Because if I would have left there, my card weren't working, I went straight to check it. And luckily it was fine. Because this shit's made out of fucking aluminium or some shit.
You know what a petrol station attendant did to me last night?
What?
Or this morning, about 3:40 a.m. I get petrol and a Red Bull. I tap my card. He screams in the microphone thing, "It's declined!" I look at him. I unlock my phone and look at my bank account because I knew I'd put the money onto the card before going to the card machine.
Yeah.
And then I'm taken aback. And he's like, "It's declined." And then says it again, "It's declined, insert card." And I'm then thinking, that's not declined, is it?
That's not declined. That's your machine.
I've hit that limit where I need
that
pin.
Yeah.
If looks could kill. If looks could kill. I chip and pin, it's gone straight through. But that's actually irritating that people at a cashier is there not like a universal facial expression? You nod your head or you shake your head to say, it's gone through, it hasn't. You don't need to
shame them.
Advertise like I may not have a lot of pesos. I've got a few.
They come like you're a thief, like already, like.
Oh yeah, you don't know what's going on in your account. You're just here trying to blag it.
Because I think some people go to the petrol station, like they'll fill up and then they'll be like declined. I don't know. There's something because the one near me has now got a picture of a man, and it's the same man I saw. Like I was like coming back late and stopped there, and the man like was kind of parked on the thing, but then running back and forth like trying to like I don't know line something up. I'm like, what's there to line up? Just fill up your shit and pay for it.
Yeah.
He was trying to do a thing. I don't know how they do that or what their game is. Yeah. But the next week his picture's in the window, like, I think don't even acknowledge this man.
He pulled it off.
And I was wondering why the woman was just rolling her eyes and just like talking to me. I was like, are you not? I'm confused.
Acknowledging?
No.
Oh, wow.
He was shouting. It's like, he was like Nigerian. I was like, it's not working. Like, it's not like complaining. And she weren't even, she was just like doing that as well. And I was like, wow.
So he's been getting his petrol on tip.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, it's either that or he's been using
late at night where there's so that's that. My next one is another small one. Again. Homies.
You can change the name. What is it? You can take the kid out of the city, but you can't take the city out of the kid.
Yep. They're just as bad as they were. So I tried ordering from that Temu for the first time.
Yeah.
And this shit's cheap. This shit's so cheap. But it's definitely Chinese in the sense they're sending you code vouchers 10 times a day to get you to buy it. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
But I ordered like £20 worth of shit just to see how quick it came, what's the things of quality. Well, I haven't got them yet because Every decided to, on a day that I was there waiting for the package, decided to get out the van, stand at the curb, hold out the package and take a photo of the package like 20 feet away from the house.
Yeah.
Like across the street almost.
Oh, wow.
So you're not at the door, you're not knocking, and so you never knocked. And you took the piss by taking the photo you did for your job across the street with the windows open of the house and everything to see you could tell people are in the yard. Like I'm sitting here like, what? And they're meant to like try and deliver on 3 days straight, so you don't do it the first time. The second time you've got all these options, send it to a parcel shop, give it to a neighbour. Yeah. I said just take it up to the thing up the road on the thing. Take it to the shop up the road off licence because it's a parcel shop.
Yeah.
Or 4 days later, nothing, not even an update on the app, like nothing. Temu's like, contact every's like, contact Temu. I'm like, this is for some stupid ass package, but at the same time, I ordered like 7 shit.
Yeah.
From chargers to this, to light bulbs, to like just things that I'm now expecting. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so it took me 3 days to find their phone number. The key to do it is there's no phone numbers on the website, there's nothing on the website. Go into the help, then go into the FAQs. This is legit how you got to do it. Then into the FAQs, then find the chatbot.
Yeah. The
chatbot isn't on the site regularly. You've got to trigger it from a certain thing in the FAQ. Then when the chatbot comes up, you put in the order number, whatever, and then it gives you, do you want us to call you back?
Yeah.
Other than that, there is no way to contact Every. to chase up a parcel to nothing. So what I did was requested a call back, and this was after I got the number for every from Temu in their customer services. I made them give me the number.
Yeah.
Because they were saying, go to the contact us. I said, don't pay with me today, give me the number.
Yeah.
So I've called them, and every's like, it's automated, and it's like, please, it's all spoken, so you can't even type nothing in. Please give us the order number, the 16-digit order number, starting with blah blah blah, the numbers. Well, the order number starts with like H, not a number, like it's not a number. So I'm saying H0A1, and it's going 2 4 8 6. Start again. 8 4 3. No. Start again. I'm going, agent, help, agent, help.
Yeah.
We cannot understand your request today. Goodbye.
I've got to confess, if it isn't Amazon Locker, or DPD for my neighborhood and my experiences, any other service, I don't do it.
But why are these companies still using Every as their main supplier, like delivery?
Because they're cheap.
It's a pit, but they don't even deliver the shit. So what's the point?
Everything's insured.
Oh my
As long as a package doesn't turn up because of it's in transit or there's plausible deniability over blame, it's insured. Everyone gets their money back, and the thingies, the sellers get to keep their sales record. Every get to keep their we've met our commitment to deliver, and the only person that really gets shafted is the buyer.
Yeah, so like their business is not even about collecting and delivering parcels, it's insurance scams.
Yeah, insurance scam and looking like you fulfilled.
Yeah, when you haven't.
Yeah, because even Amazon does it. All of the undelivered crates and items and things that's been paid for that no one, it never ended up anyway. It just got lost in the system.
Like it's to the point now where companies are going to have to stop branding their shit, like stop branding your packaging, because these drivers are thieves. And they're looking at the packages, and if it's a certain something like that they know can go missing and no one ain't really going to give a fuck, you're going to get a refund or sent out or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like say, I'll give it to someone else, but I'd like to say anything, honestly. Like, it's not right. Temu's a bright orange packaging, and I only learned that from the picture of my package that I've never seen with my own two eyes.
Right.
You know?
So someone's thought, oh, this is one of those nice new, I'm pocketing it.
Yeah, Temu's cheap is probably, do you know what I mean? Knowing the coup, and it's like, oh, come on now.
Do you know, I had a friend who, one of their neighbours directly opposite them was a Hermes delivery driver. And every other morning, he would say, the guy's gone out, obviously gone to pick up his parcels, come back in his van with a mate or someone else in their van. They've unpacked the vans into their house, into the property, and then repacked up the van, gone out for their deliveries and everything, and they do that every 2 or 3 mornings.
Right.
Lo and behold, what they're doing is they're siphoning off the packages of suspected value, and you know, the discount products and things that people are buying and selling, that's where they're getting them from. And that's all insured. So that's not even, it's stealing of packages, but there's no fraud element like the fraudsters that use stolen information to pay for something can sell it at a reduced rate.
Wow. Oh, yeah, you know, Davide, where we go, yeah? In the daytime, that's at every packing station. You've got all the cars parked up with packages all on the ground, displaying. They're getting the trolleys from the warehouse, and it's there all day like a market stall, but it's every delivery drivers.
So
sorting
that's
their
not
shit
even,
in the open air.
That's not even an actual self-storage place.
I don't even know what that is. It's such a hybrid like thing.
It's a facility, isn't it?
Mad, multi-purpose.
The thing, the driver was in Monson. You know where they've built the new blocks on Monson Road? It's over there. Range Rover in front of the house. Business is good,
mate. But yeah, my last topic is celebrity scammer.
Celebrity scammer.
Celebrity scammer.
Oh, celebrity scammer.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I had my nose from the
official Jake. Official Jake what?
Daniels.
Official Jake Daniels.
Yeah.
At official Jake Daniels on Instagram.
At Teeth. Should be Teeth.
Well, allegedly a thief in the night, because
Like, sue me, bitch. You know what I mean? Sue me. Fuck. But yeah, so this guy, I was on Instagram, yeah, and I've stumbled onto storage as you do, and I'm seeing like a nice pair of Beats headphones. Nice pair, yeah. And he said £100. So I'm like, So go to the page and see it's verified, and I'm like, all right, well that's, you know, okay. But then I'm seeing this like, you know, footballer. So I'm like, cool, this got to be like trustworthy. Let's see. So anyway, agreed to buy them, sent the money, all of this, arranged it all, blah blah blah. And then it took like, I think 2 months. 2 months lies.
Delay tactics. Shenanigans.
False, what would you call it? Photoshop, PayPal,
Fraudulent
screenshots.
documentation.
Yeah.
And you know that screenshot would suggest that there was only £6 in that PayPal account.
Do you get me?
Because that was what, 94 in minus or 96 in minus?
Yeah. So that didn't even make no sense either.
Yeah.
Like they can't even count. Now I don't watch football or nothing like that. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck he is. So after that, like when I first arranged to buy it, I followed him or whatever. It's just fucking football photos or whatever. So I come learn out he's a celebrity. He's on the cover of magazines, this person, and this person ain't got £100 to refund me the money to which they promised to send me these things. I was gonna buy it for like my younger family member for their birthday was coming up, so I was just like, kids be destroying shit.
Yeah.
Let's get them a little bonus present that was a footballer's or some shit. I don't know. That was the idea. So yeah, it took 2 months of all these like mad lies and shit. And this person was all like on holiday and all sorts and stuff. So obviously I'm not an idiot. So I'm straight up like, this is one of them people who, in the beginning when you're famous, you get a lot of media attention, you get of all of this, but you got no money. Do you know what I mean? You've just been signed to a team where you've just done this and that. Like it's all about getting there. They've not got no money. So I'm not stupid, so I've straight up kind of clocked it, and then I've gone at them about it, and they've continued to lie and all of this. So I've gone to the system, the platform that I used to pay them, and I've gone to them, and they've actually refunded me the money back, completely agreeing with everything that I was saying and all the information. So this person, upon seeing that they've been caught, have gone and blocked me straight up on social media, as if that's going to do anything. Like, what the fuck do you think that's going to do, idiot? So it's like, okay, now you've blocked me, so now I've even got the screenshots of you blocking me. So like, what are we doing here? So anyway, you know me, and I was thinking, well, let me just air this person out on social media. Let me just air them out.
Air them.
Because they're scamming people, they're scamming their fans or whatever. Legit getting awards and on cover of magazines, but you ain't to refund someone. So
imagine how many people they've done this to.
And because it's a celebrity or whatever, because I didn't give a fuck, I'm the only one who's probably got their money back. The other people probably ask and then forget about it because they're like, they're celebrity. They're probably like, let me not bother them. Like, I don't know what, they just get away with it a lot of the times. Like, nameless celebrities, I can say, who's done this and been caught for it, and you know, countless, endless. It's a thing. I even feel like agencies tell celebrities this is how you can make some money in the beginning. Like, real talk. Because it's just too textbook. But anyway, they've now been reported, Jake Daniels has now been reported to the National Fraud Investigation Office, because you're not going to be out here so blatantly thinking that people are stupid to be taking all these young people's money, because they're clearly going to be like young people, impressionable and all that shit. And you're mad blatant about it either. You're not even smart. So word to the wise is, if you're going to scam, please make sure you know what you're doing, first of all. Second of all, do it to the right one. Because you do it to the wrong one, mate, you're fucked. And like, you probably been doing this for I don't know how long. But it's done now once these people get involved. Do you know what I mean? Because all they need is one example. And if they go on and spy on him for a few weeks and see that he's got his fucking still selling shit on his Instagram, well, there you go, proof. All you got to do is wait a few months and ask these people, like, did you get your shit? And they're just going to straight up say no. It's out of my hands now, because I don't give a fuck, don't know him. I've got his address. I've got all his information. But again, we're not those kind of people. I'm not that kind of person no more.
He said no more.
They say. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there and just say, like, yeah, this is real. So, like, celebrities do be scamming, and watch out. Yeah,
stay safe out there.
If anyone here is following this person, yeah, just don't buy no shit from them.
Typing with my left thumb.
Yeah. And I was thinking, this is the perfect time to shame someone because they're like, and I just thought, yeah, it's the perfect time to shame someone, but at the same time, I'm going to see what the authorities want to do about it. And then, do you know what I mean? So here's my thing, yeah. I wouldn't have blinked if I had not seen that again. The point was, I don't give a fuck if it's 100 or 1,000 pounds.
Is it this guy?
So I don't care if it's 100 or 1,000 pounds, yeah. Every penny of that is mine. If you don't give me what I've asked for or what we've agreed to, then you give me the money back. It's just that simple. It's just straight up. You're not like above the law because you're on a magazine cover. Do you get me? Like, what runs through these people's heads? So that was my last week's segment.
Plays for Blackpool FC.
There you go, Blackpool FC. Didn't even know that. Is that a shit team? It probably is.
This doesn't look like he's playing actual, big FA Cup games.
There you go then.
He's
got no fucking money. And it's quite funny, I could have gone without the money, but at the same time, that motherfucker couldn't go without giving it back. Shocking. Shocking. I forgot to talk about it last week. I literally forgot it happened until like today. That's what I'm like, I deal with it and then it's done. Usually, unless people want to drag their shit on.
Shocking stuff.
Shocking
Stop
stuff.
scamming.
Yeah.
Pay a bit more attention when communicating with others.
Yep. Photoshop your pictures.
Yeah, Photoshop this better. Carol.
That's it. I was gonna say I think Starlight's a little bit delayed, guys. I've got like a shoulder injury and shit. Can only do so much, and it's coming. Where are we? And you'll get the episodes before the end of the month. There's 2 a month. You'll get them for sure.
Come on, Red Rocket.
But yeah, if you've forgotten what's happened in last, sorry, I've forgotten what's come out. The last 3 episodes, you can go and revisit those, and see where Fox and the crew go next.
All right,
guys.
Have a good week. Goodbye from us. Is it? Goodbye. We'll see you next week.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Have you ever wanted your own podcast, solo or with your co-host? Follow us on Instagram at Vexxed Art Brands and send us a message. We look forward to discussing your amazing ideas. You never know what could happen.